Decepticon Republicans or Democrat socialists. We need to know who these people are and ask for solutions. I'm sick and tired of hearing what the other guy did with some girl back in a bar 5 years ago. I don't care. I want solutions, and I want solutions now. I want to know how they're going to cut the deficit. I want to know how they're going to cut spending. I want to know how they're going to cut the bureaucracy in Washington, D.C. We need to get rid of the Department of Energy, the Department of Education. We need to cut and slash. Last year, I was listening to Rand Paul in Frankfurt just a few hours ago. $72 billion are missing in corruption for the budget every year for the government. $72 billion. The bigger the bureaucracy, the bigger the corruption, the bigger the loss of America, the more wealth that's taken from each and every one of our pockets. Because we are the people that they take it from. Because the rich have all they have ways to hide their money. I'm a little fired up after an hour and a half in the car.
I like it. Keep going.
Right now, we're also fighting a scourge from the Department of Homeland Security, Janet Napolitano, and our government, Barack Obama, with a situation with a planned executive order to pass not even legislation, to just sign an order giving 20 million illegal immigrants instantaneous citizenship. All I know is my forefathers, my ancestors came here into Ellis Island, and they did everything they can to become Americans. When they got here, they kissed the ground. They were so thankful to be away from the tyranny of Europe. They were happy to be here. They couldn't speak a word of English, but what did they do? They learned English. They trained their kids to learn English, and they became Americans. The immigrants coming from Mexico, the immigrants coming from foreign countries, sneaking in across our borders illegally against the rule of law, are not for America. They will not change their language. They come here to harm us, not do us any good. And I'm sick and tired of hearing that Americans won't do the jobs of these people. The Obama administration wants to do one thing and one thing only: crash the economy and take total control. From day one, that has been their goal. The Cloward-Piven strategy. Cloward and Piven were two Columbia University elites who came up with the idea in New York City to overwhelm the welfare state. This is the book of rules that Barack Obama and the socialists and communists in our government are following, along with the rules of radicals. Attack your opponents, marginalize your opponents, demean the Tea Party people. We're right-wing wacko radicals, they call us. We're the extremists, right? We salute the flag, we pledge allegiance to the flag, we sing the Star-Spangled Banner, and God bless America. And how the heck did we allow these clowns in the media and in our government to call us extremists? We're the patriots of this country. We love America. The extremists are the ones who spend us into oblivion. The extremists are the ones that don't want any freedom and liberty. They want to take it from us. Well, I'm sick of it, and I say no to it. And you must say no, and you must call your congressman and say no, and we must get rid of Barron Hill here in Indiana and John Yarmouth in Louisville. It is so important coming up in November. Because I'm telling you right now, folks, November's the final stand. I feel like I'm at the Alamo. I feel I'm like Stalingrad, World War II. I feel like I'm at Bataan, holding off the enemy until the reinforcements come. We are the reinforcements. If it wasn't for the Tea Party patriots, for the last 18 months, we'd already be enslaved. We would already be under a dictatorship. We won't know it. They can take over this country like that without a shot being fired. If they shut down the internet like they're planning to do, if they're trying to give $35 billion, the FTC wants to give $35 billion and bail out the New York Times, CNN, Air America, and other failed left-wing media outlets, making them no better than Pravda and Izvestia in the Soviet Union. We can't allow this. It's bad enough that we have a media that's corrupt as it is. And until we straighten the media out, I'm not sure we can overcome all this, because Americans are not getting the truth. When Americans get the truth, they make the right decisions. They have done so for 220 years. So, I know what I'm going to start espousing on my radio show and at Tea Party events from here on. We must go after the media. We must park 2,000 of us in front of their media outlets here in WHAS, WLKY, Channel 41. If we got to go to all of them in one day, let's do it. We need to put pressure. Maybe then they'll count the crowd right, and they won't say there's dozens when there's hundreds, or they won't say there's hundreds when there's thousands, or they won't say there's thousands when there's millions. They lie, and they lie. And we have to change the minds of independents. Somehow, there are Democrats out there somewhere that we can try and get through to. And more are seeing it, but I'm just not sure it's going to be in time. I want to just close here with just this thought, and then a few poems. A lovely lady from Indiana here gave me a poem. Her name is Mariana Torres. She's from Peru. And she gave me this poem 6 months. She told me she had it, and she gave it to me last week. And I read it at the Clark County event a couple days ago, and I want to read it again. Because immigrants who come from foreign countries in tyranny recognize tyranny. The reason I say the word communist is because that's who they are. We must be able to define who your enemy is before you can fight the enemy. You cannot diddle around anymore and say they're liberals and they're Democrats. No, they're not. They're statist communists who stand for tyranny and not liberty like we do. This is from Mariana Torres. America, America. In my dreams, I yearned to come to you. I dreamed of the day that you would open your arms to me. Longing for freedom, I came to you. Longing for truth, I came to you. America, America, you gave me your all. For my dreams came true. You gave me life and freedom too. America, America, the years have passed. Now in despair, I see a cloud all over you, planning to destroy the beauty of you. Now in despair, I cry and pray out loud for God to come and set us free. Mariana Torres from Peru. And, I asked her to come on my show and read it, or come to a tea party and read it, and she says I couldn't do it. She says, I cry, I can't do it. So I'm going to make it a point to read this poem as often as I can, so the people of this country, the people who are born here, can understand what being an American is from a person who fled tyranny. I lost family in World War II in the death camps in Poland. I know what evil is. I know it when I see it. I know it when I hear it. And folks, we need to do more. We need to get into our school boards. We need to get involved with our kids, our grandkids. What I want to do is go to my grandson's school and sit in on a class and see if they'll let me. And then ask questions and be a real pain in the butt. Some people would say I'm a pain in the butt already, so I might as well fill the bill. But we have to do that, and we have to get to the polls. We got to get involved with the local Republican parties all over the state. Become poll watchers, because I'm telling you folks, Acorn is there. They may have gone away, but they didn't. They're undercover, but they're coming out. Now you have your new Black Panther Party wanting to kill white people. And you heard of this guy Shabazz. I'm sure you've seen him on Fox News, because the mainstream media hasn't covered it. I mean, if a white Ku Klux Klaner would have said the things that this man said, they would have locked him up, and they would have, who knows what would have happened. But of course, the corrupt media will not cover that. Finally, the great words of our last great president, Ronald Reagan. And truer words were never spoken, especially in this day and age. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. or one day we will spend our sunset years